Hey guys, I was gonna have an AI instant voice cloning of Left Red 2 characters reading the Steam reviews for Overwatch 2 with Left Red 2 in the background, but the AI part had to be scrapped because 11 Labs and Uberdoc AI used to be free before, but it's now behind a paywall. Uberdoc being the most recent one, putting up a paywall. While Speechify allows for instant voice cloning, it only allows for like a default text which can't be edited, so it adds no customization on what you want the characters to say. That out of the way, let's talk about Overwatch 2. Overwatch 2 is on Steam now, and oh boy, are people going fucking nuts in the Steam reviews. It got hit by a review bomb, harder than the atomic bombs hit Japan. The reviews are fucking hilarious. Before I go over the reviews, let me tell you why this is happening. Ever since Overwatch 2 was released, Overwatch 1 got overwritten. It got replaced basically, so Overwatch 1 doesn't exist anymore.
It ceases to exist, Skylar.
The sequel is also insanely greedy compared to Overwatch 1. This is not to mention they were gonna focus heavily on PvE, but then it got scrapped apparently. It was supposed to be the whole selling point of Overwatch 2. And then scrapping the selling point is a way to destroy your game's sale. Now, let's take a look at the hilarious reviews.
The people who make Overwatch porn work harder than the people who make Overwatch. First ever video game that made me want to drink 3 liters of bleach. I only installed this game to write a review like everyone else. I also have already uninstalled it. This company is not worth your money. They essentially scrapped everything they promised for PvE and downgraded the game and are slowly reintroducing aspects of the first game and call them updates. While the gameplay is still there, the greed overshadows everything else. The only reason it exists on Steam is so you can give it a bad review. I recommend the porn, not the game.
As of recording this video, the overall review status for the game on the Steam page is still overwhelmingly negative. Then again, considering all its controversies, including the game's company's controversies, it's no wonder. I'm glad to see them getting pushed back, because it seems kinda rare nowadays for AAA companies to get much pushback, at least to this extent. I say rare because most consumers have gotten so used to getting screwed over by AAA companies that they have just accepted it at this point. But man, it's satisfying to see most of them push back on this. It's even scored as the #1 most disliked game on Steam, which says a lot.
I did not think the score could go lower. And what this means, ladies and gentlemen, is that Blizzard is continuing to push the boundaries of how many games they can sync to some of the lowest user-rated games of all time. Overwatch 2 has literally become the worst user-reviewed game in Steam's history, sitting at #1. And this was prior to the score sinking to 9%. Even at 11%, it was already at #1 worst user-reviewed game on Steam. But now it's sitting at 9%, so that gap is getting even bigger compared to the second worst user-rated game, War of the Three Kingdoms, which is sitting at 12%. It is actually insane to see the degree to which the community has rallied together to disrupt Overwatch 2's user review score, both on Metacritic and on Steam, like to this degree. This really highlights how upset the Overwatch community is at Blizzard for the way the sequel has been handled, for the way the Overwatch IP as a whole has been handled. And again, this feels like a consistent pattern nowadays for Blizzard. If you look at the worst user-rated games on Metacritic, you can see that Blizzard has taken a number of spots. Diablo Immortal is in 2nd place, Warcraft 3 Reforged is in 4th place.
Just like what Young Yi mentioned in that clip, it's not the first time their product has been received very negatively from their greedy decisions. If you guys want to protest against Blizzard's greed, now is the best time to do so. I would encourage you to do so because greed like this shit is what is killing the gaming industry to begin with. Valve doesn't even see Overwatch 2 as a threat to their IP, Team Fortress 2. Unfortunately though, TF2 has a lot of greed itself, which is why the source games that I stick to are the ones that doesn't contain loot boxes, loads of cosmetics from microtransaction, and more similar cancer. Let's take a look at some of the people who are trying to defend this garbage while we're at it, shall we?
朋友是一个坚韧不拔的纪录片，在香港这座城市的设置。主演钱德勒、罗欧斯、福波斯伊、瑞秋、莫妮卡和一些其他他妈的演员。
I didn't understand a single word from that. I'm sure the Chinese are still happy with Blizzard after they pandered to them a while back when that one player was banned for something the Chinese government didn't like. Well, I can't seem to find any other reviews that praise the game that isn't in Chinese, so I guess that's all, folks. Thanks for watching and see ya.